What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another MotoCab Adventure review. I'm going to be reviewing these Klim Adventure Long gloves. I will say that right off the bat, I'm not sure that I could recommend them, and it's for one pretty big reason that it's kind of a deal breaker almost to me. The overall design of these are really well thought out, I think, except for, again, that one thing. So let's start off. I think I have 25,000 miles about estimated with these gloves. I think that's fair enough to finally make a review on it. I mean, these have been out since, I think 2016 they came out. So at the time when I bought them, there weren't many reviews on these, and the few that were reviewed were kind of like 3 out of 5 stars. So that should have been enough to make me realize that maybe something is wrong with them, but I went ahead and bought them anyway. I'm just gonna tell you exactly why I don't know that I could recommend these. So you're pulling your gloves off. You know, these are waterproof gloves, whatever that happens. This waterproof liner it's a nice Gore-Tex liner and everything, but they have some like really small micro stitches that hold it in place up here, and that's all they use. And I don't know how they missed the mark on this or how this got past like quality control, because like every review on these gloves is the same thing. And so it's really annoying because Klim makes some really great gear. I think they're one of the best gear manufacturers on the market, like almost hands down. I mean, I wear stuff from them, you know, shoulder to pants, you know, like I have a jacket, pants. I don't have any boots by them. I don't even know if they make boots. And I will tell you about an experience with their Klim Cryos helmet, which is pretty cool, but not really in some ways. Okay, so basically your hands are going to get wet, right? And like you're using these for a waterproof glove. That's the whole idea behind these gloves is you're getting an adventure glove that can pretty much do a lot of different things in a lot of different roles. And kind of stretch into a bunch of different roles. And so like for me, for something to be waterproof, my hands are going to get wet, right? Your hands get wet, you put them in these, and the first thing you do is you pull your hand out and it pretty much just rips like almost every stitch inside, holding this liner in place. And I had the most frustrating experience ever with motorcycle gear, like no hyperbole. I spent 30 minutes on the side of the road trying to get this liner back in place just so I could ride home. And I ended up not even succeeding, and I just threw my dirt gloves on and rode home with these. And that's kind of dangerous. I mean, I spent a lot of money on these things, and I expect them to, you know, hold up, you know, for more than a day. So that's pretty unacceptable, I think. In terms of the overall design, I think it's really well thought out. I mean, like they have a few key things that I really want in a glove pretty much all the time. One being is I like the long gauntlet. It's an over-the-cuff gauntlet. That's a lot safer in case you fall and slide. You're not sliding up on your jacket material. You're just sliding across the glove material. It's full leather, so you have a goatskin inner palm leather, and then you have a cowhide leather on the outside. The goatskin is apparently hydrophobic, which is good because it keeps obviously water off from your, you know, trying to do controls and stuff with your hand. This has clearly faded. This is as black as the inside was. I think it might just be slightly dirty too, but you can definitely tell like it's faded. It's got a lot of sun damage, I think. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's held up enough, I think. Like, it's reasonable. I kind of expect it to hold up longer than, you know, for what I paid for. I think it should last, I don't know, maybe another 10,000 miles, if anything. So the liner itself, the Gore-Tex liner, is waterproof. It works for that reason. And it breathes pretty well, too. I can wear these up to about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, maybe not super comfortably, but they do the job. And I can bring these down to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit if I have my heated grips on, and I have also plastic hand protectors on my bike. And here's a protection. You have these sort of a split knuckle design, and these aren't like super hard. I mean, they're stiff for sure, but they're not like plastic stiff like on some other gloves where you like more like street gloves or touring gloves, where you'll have that single plastic piece. Will that hold up as well? I mean, honestly, it probably will. Like this, it feels strong enough to me. I think that's why they kind of split this two here and have this Batman look going on, so that it kind of, the split knuckle kind of helps with flexibility, right? So I don't have like anything, I don't really even notice this here, right? So I think that's a really good design feature, as goofy as it might look. I don't know, maybe you're into it too. They have these kind of pads on the fingers too. I don't know how necessary that is. Palm sliders to me is a huge thing. I always look for a glove that has palm slider material at least. So they have a kind of a Klim equivalent of a super fabric material, and it's also pretty padded. So I don't think there's any issue there. I usually like the idea of a hard palm slider, but I think this will protect me well enough in a crash if I do go down and try to catch myself. In terms of protection, going further up the glove, you have this, I think, an ulna protector. So it kind of just goes further up your forearm. It has that sort of super fabric material again. And you have these Velcro straps that hold everything in place. And I think they do a really good job of that. I think that's pretty well thought out, having the two straps versus just like one big one or something. Other features of this glove, it has a really nice squeegee. So it goes pretty much the entirety of my clutch hand index finger. And what's nice about that is I can pretty much just swipe once across my face shield and completely clear it of water. And that's pretty important for, if I'm commuting and lane splitting through rainstorms or whatnot, which maybe I shouldn't be, but it's nice to just be able to do it quickly and get your hand back on the controls. That's kind of a safety thing in itself, I think. Also, seeing is a really important safety thing too. If you can't see what you're doing, then you probably shouldn't be on a motorcycle. In terms of the shape of these, actually, when they're kind of in a rusting position, they already have a curve to them, and that pre-shape actually helps. So there's no bunching down here. I've seen some reviews of people saying that it kind of stresses their hands too much. I think they just got to break them in, really, just wear them more. I feel like half of the reviews, or more than half actually, the reviews I see are probably just people who are immediately reviewing them as soon as they get them, which is kind of stupid. That's why I like to do some riding and actually use these things to really give you, this kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of annoying when people just immediately throw a review up and they're like, yeah, it's great. Sizing for this glove is actually pretty on point, which is new for Klim. Their sizing is always totally off. I don't know how they mess that up so much, but these are size large, and I wear a size large in pretty much every other brand, so good job. In terms of the look, I mean, they do look pretty sweet. They're kind of the Batman-ish type thing. When these are completely black and I had, my Klim jacket, which is coming back pretty soon from repair, but this is a crusty old first gear jacket. It's totally faded. It used to be black. But when you wear these with your, the rest of your gear, it looks great. I mean, they're not bad, at least initially. If these keep getting more brown and brown, they kind of look a little crusty, but whatever. In terms of how they're holding up in general, I guess there's some stitching kind of coming apart from some of the Velcro and whatnot. That's not terrible. I mean, it's got a lot of threads that just always come off of these. I feel like that's been a thing since day one. Other than that, I mean, the stitching is pretty much held up almost everywhere. I mean, I think on one of the palm sliders, maybe it's my right hand glove, it might be coming apart just a little bit, but I mean, honestly, for the amount of riding I do, these have worked pretty well. I've been pretty happy with them. Once I got past this whole Gore-Tex liner thing coming out. I mean, in order for me to pull these off every single time, I have to literally pull every single finger, and probably twice, and then I hold every finger and I pull my hand out, and it doesn't pull the whole liner out. That's a huge annoyance, if anything, but I've adapted to it, and I think it's actually a good glove if they were to put that liner in place and keep it there. I don't know how they can't do that, because I have some old Revit gloves that have a waterproof liner, and they stay in place totally fine. I've had zero issue with this coming out. Even my $80 Icon gloves I had before, their liner you know, was sort of like a knockoff Gore-Tex, and it worked fine. I mean, I don't know how Klim kind of missed that, but you know, whatever. I mean, I guess this is why you get those reviews, and then, you know, people don't really buy them. So hopefully they fix that. I mean, I expect a lot more from a $230 retail glove. One thing I really do like actually about these gloves is these loops here. It's such a stupid little thing, but like I can put my carabiner on these things, and then I can throw that carabiner on my backpack, and they just kind of hang right in front of me, and it's pretty awesome. It's really convenient for that sense. I don't have to like put them in my helmet or something, and I don't recommend that because gloves get really dirty then you're throwing them in your helmet. For the price, again, I wish they had a capacitive leather on the fingertips, even just the index finger and maybe part of the thumb, like this BMW Rally glove here. So this is a capacitive leather, and that allows you to use your cell phone. So BMW actually has it on the thumb tip and the fingertip and the pad here. And it allows you to use your cell phone, and it works great. I've never had an issue with that. But again, it's like, I don't know, why wouldn't you, for that much money, like, you know, maybe not throw all these branding things all over and, you know, spend some effort and money on that part. You know, everyone's using cell phones these days. I mean, I don't recommend using it as you're riding, obviously, but like if you get off your bike, you don't have to pull off your glove every time you want to try to navigate or take a photo or something. So it's kind of annoying to do that, but whatever. The other thing too is like for the price, I kind of wish it was a kangaroo leather. I know that like racer gloves are similarly priced, but you're not getting a waterproof glove when you do that. And those are full kangaroo leather, I think, for the most part. At least when I last checked. I mean, I heard their quality control has kind of gone downhill, which kind of sucks because those are pretty nice gloves. I mean, yeah, I don't like the idea of killing kangaroos either for my protection, but you know, motorcycling is no joke, and I like my fingers and palms and whatnot. So thanks for joining me in another review. I mean, I can't totally recommend these. Like, I'd really have to give them like a 6 out of 10 just because of that liner coming out. It's such a huge annoyance, and I've kind of just adapted to it and almost forgot about it. And I don't think that's the way it should be. You know, you're spending a lot of money on these gloves, and they should really hold up. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the review, and come back for the next one. I'm going to have a bunch of other glove reviews. Thanks for joining me.